Greetings, I am Pillarnex as the Angel Gladiator today with more Pillarless tabletop games, with another rare video of featuring an expansion. Featuring Terraforming Mars Prelude 2, which I have been very patiently waiting for ever since the poll or the little questionnaire on Twitter happened some time back. And also the new Milestones and Awards. So, get into Prelude 2. If you're familiar with the game of Terraforming Mars and its expansions, Prelude um, is all the stuff to kind of kickstart your moves into the game. And there's a lot more options with it. A lot of stuff that really integrates all the various expansions together of Venus Next, Colonies, and Turmoil, which along with, you know, Origin of Prelude makes for a more comprehensive experience. So first off, we've got the new corporations of Ecotech, which gets plants or microbes for biotags. Um, Nurgle Enterprises, which starts with some good production, kind of low on money, but awards and milestones are free. Paladin Shipping, which lets you start with some titanium and turn titanium into temperature. It's pretty nice. Sajita, Frontier Services. You get money based on playing cards with 1 or 0 tags. And you get to search for a no tag card at the start. And Spire, which lets you start with some extra cards and discard some. Playing multi tag cards gives you science resources, which let you get standard projects for cheaper. Standard projects being just the basic, um, pay a little bit to raise your energy production, a little bit more to raise the temperature, a little bit more to place the ocean, a little bit more to place the greenery, and a little bit more to place the city. And then in between um, and then with the Venus Next is the buffer gas to increase Venus as well, counts as standard project. So there's 5 new interesting approaches to take as a corporation. And then the actual Prelude cards themselves is quite a bit to work through. You've got the Applied Science, which okay, we'll just go through these just kind of a general thing. There's a lot of cards that are very much you now have actions on these cards to make use of or other effects to whenever things happen. There's also a particularly nasty one called Recession, where it'll affect other players. One of the little fallback things in this is if you would ever need to um, if you're gonna play a Prelude card and it turns out you can't play it, like because someone played Recession, you reveal it and discard it to receive 15 money instead. Um, yeah, a lot of stuff to, a lot of new stuff to mess with. There's one that straight up gives you points. One that gives you TR, but then tells you try not to gain TR. Again, a lot of stuff that messes with Venus and Turmoil and Colonies. Um, any unchosen preludes get discarded, but you're going to need to keep the prelude deck around because of the World Government Project or where to go? The Board of Directors. So there's still ways to access prelude cards during the game. And again, a lot of the stuff is integrating the various things, like the Venus Trade Hub, which requires Venus tags, but it affects your trade. The Venus Allies, their stuff. Sponsor Nation affects turmoil. That's good for that. You can steal plants from somebody. There's more stuff for messing with turmoil as well. There's just a lot of new additions that I've been waiting for. Just to really tie everything together. Now that we've got all the core expansion set up. But now we have some more flexibility to work with in the Milestones and Awards expansion. So all the basic milestones and awards of the starter maps are included in case you want to try them out on other maps. But it'll also include the awards and milestones featured on um, the new maps that have been added. So there are 4 new maps, one of which is specifically for 5 players. So there's a grand total of 7 maps to play with for Terraforming Mars. Each one's a different part of Mars to mess with. Each one's got its own set of awards and milestones. Regardless of the ones you end up with, you'll always have a Venifile and Hoverlord. But all of those can now be switched up with new random awards and milestones. You know, again, these ones kind of are taking into account other expansions like lobbyist and politician. Getting out all of um, your faction uh, members and getting party leaders and chairmen by the end of the game. Preferably before the end of the game, because they're yeah. They say if like things are like in the same line to go ahead and switch out um for different ones. Let's see if I can find where to go. There it is. So like if you drew planner and then also drew visionary, you would be encouraged to drop one of the two. Planner requires you getting to 16 cards and funding the milestone. Visionary is having that many cards. The most cards in your hand remaining at the end. You know, when most people are looking to discard their hand for that last bit of money to do what they need to do, holding on to your cards is usually a bold idea because what's the point? But now we've got something that actually encourages it. Yeah, more milestones, more awards, and more corpse and prelude cards and projects. Yeah. The only expansions I have yet to pick up are Automa, which completely revamps the single player experience, which I just freaking love. Single player terraforming can be fun, but having the Automa opponent instead sounds like a far more interesting challenge. And then there's of course, the new maps. Um, the ones being sold in the store are like the card ones. Our main Terraforming Mars guy has the neoprene mats, which include the map, the awards and milestones, and the place for all the turmoil, Venus, and colony stuff, because that'll take up less space on the overall. And those are just really nice. Yeah, Terraforming Mars is still going, still adding new stuff to expand the experience. Although I kind of hope they stop here because there's a possibility I may have to resleeve all my project cards because I don't think I have enough of my sleeves that I used from the start. Thankfully the game store has a ton of this size, so I might have to re-resleeving the whole damn game at this point. Yeah. If you like Terraforming Mars as well, let me know. Um, Let me know if you've got these expansions and what your favorite part of the new expansions is. Personally, I just like the idea of being able to mix things up a bit on the awards and milestones side. But thank you very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus, and I'll see you next time.